I think we really need to start talking more about Arman Tsarukyans. This, like, after that fight, we'll get to that we just saw. I just want to talk about his fight with Islam Makhachev. Fight was a few years back. I watched the fight live on TV. I watched the fight probably a year, 2 years ago, and I watched the fight just now, right before recording this. I scored the fights slightly differently each time over the time that, you gain knowledge, you watch it without sound, with sound. You learn to just kind of dig deeper into the actual fight. Round by round, play by play, takedown by takedown, attempt by attempt, whatever it may be. If I am correct, the judges scored this one 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. That's blasphemy. That's stupid. That was not a 30-27 fight. The first round, Arman Tsarukyans won that 100%. I watched the fight 3 times over the span of however many years it's been, and every single time I had Arman winning that first round. Guaranteed. The second round, the first time I watched it live, I had Islam winning that one, but then I had Tsarukyan winning the second round again, just as I watched it this time and a year ago. And then for the third round, every single time I watch it, Makhachev won that one. He dominated that one. Simple. I'm honest. I'm not going to say Tsarukyan won all 3 rounds or Islam won all 3. No. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I watched the fight 3 times over the span of a few years. I had Tsarukyan winning it 2 out of the 3 times. He was more active in the first and second round. He got up from takedowns. He got his own takedowns. He was better on the feet. He defended everything Islam did. And he still lost the fight. But I'm not saying that he was robbed. Don't get that twisted. I don't want to see anyone arguing about that. It was a 50-50 on that second round, depending on how you like to score it. My personal way of scoring is a little bit different. I don't score a takedown too highly if the person gets up instantly. Same thing with Tsarukyan. He took Islam down. That doesn't mean anything, because he got up in 2 seconds. Like, cool, you scored one, but I don't think we should place that value that high. Like I said, I don't think he was robbed. I think that fight was a 50-50 toss-up. It was definitely not a 30-27. It should not have been a unanimous decision, in my opinion. But who cares? That doesn't matter. That's in the past. Screw that. All I'm saying is that he put up a fight against Islam Makhachev, who is considered to be one of, if not the best 155ers of all time. Him and Khabib. Islam and Khabib, they're like, Khabib's here. Islam's coming up. He needs a handful more wins against some top contenders, and he can contend and say that I am the best 150. What I'm trying to get at is that Tsarukyan took him the distance and won the fight in a lot of people's eyes. I'm not talking, you can hear in the third round, Paul Felder saying, I think Islam's got to do something really big this round or finish it. And nobody said anything to that. Something to look at. So you have Felder, you have guys that are the highest of high professionals in this, saying that Tsarukyan was up 2 rounds. That's, to me, is enough to know that this guy is it. And you can say, oh, but Islam's improved so much since then. So has Tsarukyan. Everyone's improved. I think all of these guys that are continually fighting and getting better, moving up the ranks, they've all improved. Tsarukyan kind of had a little bit of bad luck with some guys dropping out, with just matchmaking issues. Islam's obviously here, and just being a part of Khabib's camp, he got that treatment to go up. And I'm not saying that, like, he deserves it. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying he deserved that treatment. He deserved it earlier, but Khabib was there, so he couldn't. But after watching that fight, people are talking about, oh, he almost got dropped by an unranked guy, blah, blah, blah. He almost got knocked out, XYZ. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because if that same thing happens to Poirier or to Gaethje or to Chandler or to Oliveira, we're like, holy shit, that guy is a warrior. He got knocked down. He got almost knocked out. He got put out on his ass, and he came back and he won the fight. Why aren't we saying that for Tsarukyan? Why aren't we saying the same things we say for all of these top-level guys that are champions, former champions, interim champions, whatever it may be? Why are we not saying that for him? Forget the fact that this guy's unranked. Silva is not a slouch. His striking is top tier. He's big. And speaking of big, that's one thing that's the only difference between Islam and Tsarukyan that I saw that was really standout difference. Other than Islam's gas tank, which is a little bit better. Tsarukyan was not as big as Islam at all, but Islam's just, he could fight at 170 and he'd still be a big guy. We just need to give these guys flowers. Give their flowers, say that they are good. And we want to see them fight. Now, where do we go with him? What do we do with Tsarukyan? Who does he get next? I want to see him fight a top tier guy. I'll be honest. I want to see, watching him and Beneil, that would probably be one of my choices. Beneil and Tsarukyan, fantastic fight. Beneil coming off a loss, Tsarukyan moving up. It's the perfect way. Whoever wins gets back into the picture. If Beneil loses again, I think that might be it for him in terms of the title chase because there's too many guys. But if he gets his, gets revenge on just losing to Oliveira, he's right back in it. If Tsarukyan wins, he gets into that discussion of one of the guys to fight for the belt. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, go watch that fight. It's on YouTube, UFC Russia. It's a fantastic fight. High-level grappling. A little bit of striking mixed in. You won't regret it. Either way, let me know what you think. See you next time.